Hello everyone, I'm Fiona from Freedom with Fiona, and today I want to speak to the massive amount of chaos that we are seeing. Now, to be honest, it's been happening for a long time, but the chaos feels like it's coming to a crescendo. So much is falling apart. There is so much division, and it can leave us feeling exhausted, overwhelmed. Parts of us may feel a bit hopeless or helpless as we see the outer world turn to chaos and begin to fall apart and almost self-destruct. And so today I want to just share with you why that's happening, why it's actually a gift. So to find the chaos within the gift. And then if you stay with me to the end, I'm just going to speak to you about 3 really simple practices that you can do on the daily that's going to help you strengthen your connection to your own inner sanctuary so that you can be the eye of the storm, so that you can be the light that you are here to be without getting pulled into the chaos. So one of the reasons why I feel everything is becoming more chaotic than ever before is because we're massively in the birthing process. We're all birthing through us. Consciousness is birthing through us heaven on earth. Doesn't feel like it, right? But we are birthing through us a new paradigm of being because the old is dying. The old is dying very loudly and in our face. And it's very destructive, this awakening process, this birthing process. And it feels like we're right in the core of it. We're right in the center of it. And if you've been feeling really exhausted like I have, if you've been having waves of like inspiration followed by deep waves of doubt and fear, all of those things are normal as we are birthing through the next versions of who we came to be, as we are remembering who we are. So first of all, just let any story about that fall away. Let the stories that you've been creating about your exhaustion or about the doubt and fear that you've been moving through, let them fall away and know that that's just a natural and normal process. And if you can simply be with your experience without layering judgment or criticism or shame on it, it really, really helps you because then you can just be present to what is. So the reason I feel like this chaos is actually a gift, it's because of the law of duality. Always, whenever we see polarity and duality getting really, really loud, it's actually to support us to remember our wholeness and our oneness. When we see division getting really, really in our faces, it's to help us remember of our unity, that we are one, that humanity is one. And it can be really challenging to do, but because we live in a world of duality, because we live in a world of polarity, we wouldn't know unity. We wouldn't remember divine union without separation, without destruction, without this polarity that we're seeing. So if you allow it, if you allow yourself to seat yourself in the truth of who you are, which is the universe having an experience through a human body, it is source having an experience through your human body. If you allow yourself to keep remembering and seated in that spiritual knowing, that deep heart and soul knowing about who you are, then you can take a step back from the chaos. It's not that you disconnect. It's not that you numb yourself to it. It's not that you distract yourself to it, but you are able to widen, you are able to use that kind of eagle vision. You remember, you align to, you become in union with your higher self, the infinite self, the self that has the bigger picture. Your human self can just see what is right in front of her. And your higher self, your infinite self, bears witness to the bigger picture, which we as a human don't always get in the moment. So when mass chaos is happening, this chaos is actually helping us to strengthen to remembering who we are. It is helping us strengthen our own inner authority of how we choose to see, how we choose to feel, and how we choose to think. It's calling us to turn inwards, to turn our eyes inwards, and to navigate the world not through our physical senses, so not always believing everything that we're seeing, but turning inwards and navigating through our subtle senses. So we begin to see what we want to see in this world. We begin to feel what we desire to feel in this world. We begin to create our reality from the inside out, which is the way it's actually always been. It's just we were taught the opposite. We were taught that the external was the cause of our internal experience, but it's not. It's the effect. We cause our own internal experience when we remember that we are our own inner authority, when we remember that we are the light bearers, when we remember why we are here. So embrace the chaos. And I know that can be hard, and our human has a hard time with that sometimes, and that's okay. Rest a lot. Be in union with those that are resonant with where you're coming from. So stay in community to help you remember. But ultimately, there is a great gift in the chaos that is coming and that is here. And we get to be the eye of the storm. We get to be the ones that become unshakable in our knowing. We get to strengthen first our spiritual connection to the truth of who we are, and then we begin to strengthen that through our body in our actual physical experience. So if you are feeling that chaos, just please know that you're not alone. There are so many of us that are experiencing this, so many of us that are here to really birth and doula and midwife ourselves through this new paradigm that we're shifting into, but also others. And we can't do it for others if we're not holding space and remembering the truth of who we are within ourselves, if we're not caring for ourselves. So as promised, here's just 3 very, very simple practices that I use every single day that you can use too, that help you to turn inward, that help you to ground, that help you to stabilize your energy, that help you to remember the peace, the calm, the unity, the acceptance, and the joy and the contentment that actually is your natural effervescent state of being if you allow it to be. But you have to choose it. You have to choose really powerfully where you put your attention, and you have to powerfully choose your intention as you walk through the day, because that chaos sucks you in. It's like a little Tasmanian devil that just wants to pull you into the chaos. Your programming, your habits are gonna want to pull you into the stories that 99% of the population are telling. There's so many stories, there's so many illusions that are being told right now, and it's challenging to stay in your truth. It's challenging to keep your eyes open and to stay awake and remembering the truth of who you are when that old conditioning and that old habit is so strong. But you can do it. That's why you're here, and that's why we gather. It's why we come in community to help each other remember. And so one of the most simplest practices that I use every single day is to sit in silence, even if it's only for 5 minutes, to find the quiet and the stillness inside of me, to be the quiet, to be the stillness, to be the eye of the storm is a practice. It's a devotion. It is a devotion to finding your own spiritual center. And so to do that, take time every single day, even if it's just a breath. Even when you're driving in the car, just taking a few moments to breathe, to center, to find stillness, to take yourself out of the busyness and the noise, and to come inward, to turn your eyes inward, to turn your heart inward for a moment to listen to your own inner stability. Nature has a way of grounding us, calming us, easing us, soothing us, and healing us, because it reflects back to us our true nature. Nature helps us remember the truth of who we are as beautiful, wise beings. We remember who we are by being with the trees. We remember who we are by being by the ocean. We remember who we are by being in the forest. And finally, the other way that I really like to practice coming into quiet and coming into stillness is to simply shut myself off from all of the noise that I don't want to hear, all of the noise that's pulling me from my center. So that is then a devotion to reducing the time on your phone, reducing the amount of social media, reducing the amount of time you are with people that are pulling you into the chaos, that want to draw you back in and take you off your center in the eye of the storm. So this is about getting really intentional with the information that you are allowing into your life. The thing about social media is that you just get bombarded. You turn Facebook on or Instagram and you don't really have a lot of choice anyway, about the information that's being thrown at you. And so you can have found that stillness within you. You can have found that center, and then you open your phone and all of a sudden you're emotionally drawn into a story of outrage, of shame, of fear, of anger, and you are thrown from your emotional center without choice. So this is about really, really taking ownership and inner authority of where you put your energy, what you put your intention on. So there is a gift to this chaos. We are moving through it together. It is strengthening you and helping you to stabilize in the very truth of who you are. And I've got a really powerful video called Ask Yourself This One Question, and it will change everything, because who you are choosing to be really dictates your entire day and your life. So I would love to hear your reflections on this. You are not alone if you're feeling exhausted and feeling tired. It will ease up, but it has to be through intention of where you're putting your energy, where you and what you are aligning to. Sending you so much love as we move through these volatile times. I love you so much.